so hard to say what causes autism because there are so many theories. I'm one of the people that believes it's like the kettle of beans, you know, and you throw in a bean, here's the vaccinations, here's the antibiotics, here's the toxic environment, here's mercury in the fish mom ate while she was pregnant. And you know, you throw enough beans in the kettle and it's going to tip over.
Have you ever seen one of your dad's shows?
Well, when I was younger, but it was too much for me, too much people. I'm old-fashioned.
There's a lot of kids his age with autism. I mean, we're not just going to toss these kids aside. You know, there's going to have to be people that help them and shepherd them along, just like they're being shepherded along through grade school.
I like the Miracle Project because it's fun, and the kids are sometimes nice. Sometimes they're in their own world, which is what I'm going to go with what I don't like. Sometimes I don't like it when kids go into their own world. You know, I do that a lot, but it just makes me, sometimes when you do that, I realize it now. You are in your own world. It's like Henry. Take Henry as an example. He's in his own world. What are you gonna do? You have your own world. How are you gonna make friends in your own world? Your own world. You see, this is what I don't like. Sometimes I don't get about kids. Why do they go into why do I even go in my own world? And it's like, you're not talking to anybody. There's no point of it. If I'm trying to be friends with Henry, he would go into his lizards and dinosaurs and... but there are good things about Henry, too. And there's sad things.
Do you know when you go into your own world, why you go there?
Sometimes I have no one to talk to. Like, let's say I'm outside by myself. I have no one to talk to. So I just have to go in my own world. I just love having someone with me. And sometimes that doesn't always happen. You can have play dates, you can have sleepovers, but that's different. I'm talking about a friend. Sometimes I like being with somebody because sometimes, yeah, it makes me feel happy inside when I'm with a friend. That can be kind. That cannot be mean. That is not mean. That is not rude. Not like a bully. Just a friend.
We've been having a lot of difficulty really finding the right school for Wyatt. We are headed to an advocate, a lawyer. Hopefully he can share some light because he's had experience in working with placing a lot of kids with these issues. We're also going to look at what our rights are, seeing that Wyatt's issues are not being served by the typical school system.
Is his basic problems social problems or academic problems or both?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of both. Wyatt's one of these cases that kind of falls between the cracks. He wants to be mainstream, but he really can't hold his own in mainstream, and he doesn't want to be with the special kids because he's very high functioning.
Based upon these tests, it'll be difficult for someone to say he's a high-functioning autistic child. He has a very low cognitive function. If you still believe that, in fact, the child belongs to non-public school, that's when you're going to have to commence your due process. Okay?
And that's when we would have to retain you. What are we in for?
We are billing out at $430 an hour. And if it goes to due process, you can go anywhere from $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 to $100,000.
After that experience, I realized we're pretty much fucked.
25 to 100 grand. I'm like, okay.
Where did you get that number from? That was like ridiculous.
Out of the blue, 420 an hour.
Was you kidding?
I know.
Nobody has any answers. Nobody has any solutions, and you just feel helpless. It's actually really depressing.
sensitive? Am I too sensitive? And then what do? Sensitive.
Then we're gonna have some mean kids say, sensitive. You're way too sensitive. So we'll have some bullies come in, and then you'll go, am I too sensitive? Am I too sensitive?
I want to sing this in front of the bullies.
Then it's, is it something about me or the clothes that I wear? I hear noises, things are too loud. Is it me? Are things too loud?
Elaine, these balloons are too loud. You guys,
I'm
the
sorry.
balloons are too loud for people, guys. Balloons are too loud. Thanks for telling me, Wyatt.
Okay, ready?
They're just way too loud.
I know.
Pop them at home. It's scaring people, guys.
You'll go out.
Hi, Lexi.
Oh, that's your Coach E imitation.
Hi, Coachy. It's so good to see you. Hi, sweetie pie.
Lexi's echolalia. She can repeat back what's said to her, but she has a hard time generating original speech.
How do you feel about Coach E?
How do I feel about Coachy?
Yeah, can you type how you feel about Coach E?
Okay. I can type how do I feel about Coachy.
Okay.
Oh, she's typing how do I feel about Coach E.
Phil. It's so funny, man. No.
Do you know what autism is?
Autism.
Do you know? What is it?
Autism means that...
You can type it.
Oh, okay, Mom. Autism means that something will be damaged.
What's damaging?
Damaging.
What does it mean?
It means damaging means that people who could damage, they're destroying actions of ways that together it means I love you.
I love you too.
Sure. Let's see.
And it's saved.
Saved.
I've tortured myself over the years thinking that in order to fully love her and parent her, I needed to be able to understand her head.
Let's see, you want to try it? She's going to help you talk with your... Can you point?
Yeah.
Go.
J.
Goodbye.
I think Jacob likes me, and I like Jacob too. Hands touch, eyes meet, sudden silence, sudden heat, hands sleep in a deadly whirl. He could be that boy, but I'm not that girl.
And the idea that now she's starting to maybe notice the other kids more and start having feelings about them, and it's new for me.
Do you want to brush it yourself a little?
Yes, I do want to brush it myself a little.
She's 14. It's hard to know how much of who she is, you know, typical in that respect.
She was Britney Spears. Oh, Britney Spears. Gold hair with a gentle curl. There's a girl I know. He loves her so. I'm not that girl.
Okay. Good. So let's go back to this part, okay? Let's go back to this middle part. Can you read the lyrics to me?
He hasn't moved everything.
When did he move out?
Here's a picture of him with a woman who I don't know. He moved out he moved out last Tuesday, a week ago before Tuesday. But, you know, he's been taking his stuff in drips and drabs. I have no information about why he doesn't want to be with me anymore, why he doesn't love me anymore. And it really pisses me off. And I think what hurts is that I know that my being pissed off about it is part of what he doesn't like about me. You know.
My first date in 20 years was this guy.
Isn't that amazing?
We met at the Sound of Music sing-along at the Hollywood Bowl.
I asked her to marry me because I love her, and I love her son, Neil. Neil, remember when we asked you if it was okay if your mommy and me...
Remember we asked you if it was okay? What did you say? No. He said yeah. He said yeah. he said good is exactly what
Is that what you said? You said good, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he said good. No, but after being, you know, I'm divorced as a single mom with a child with autism, I never thought that I would get married again. What does gefilte actually mean?
Chopped.
Chopped fish. When we first started dating, it was very challenging for Jeff's family.
They didn't really understand. They'd never met Neil. They didn't really understand autism at all.
How many eggs?
The more that Neil came to the house and the more experiences that they had with him, well, they felt less afraid, I think, basically. So if you were to give us your blessing, how do you feel about Elaine and I getting married?
I feel very good.
Huh?
I feel very good. I would feel better if the boy would be a good boy.
He is a good boy. Well, you're worried about him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's weird.
Wait.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming to Neil's birthday party.